Let's talk a little bit about Microsoft. You mentioned them before. Obviously, Microsoft is in every capacity and still remains a juggernaut in many ways.
For sure.
A lot of the success that this company had, beyond being a brilliant sales and marketing engine, was the very clever sort of adaptation of open source standards or other various forms of technology, from operating systems to domain networks to directories, Active Directory, to give you an example. I'm wondering what, as you've witnessed this over the course of many years now, what are the limitations into wrapping a directory infrastructure into a vendor stack? Clearly Microsoft has a mission.
Sure.
We all understand the power of directories. But what are the pros and cons of that? Where do you think Microsoft's limitations are going to show themselves?
Yeah, I think the pros obviously are, you get a standardized interface to everything you have done, right? Your whole stack and your implementations out there. I think the cons are, around fidelity and around performance, where inevitably when, you're mapping from one protocol to another, you'll find areas where, maybe the mapping doesn't quite work that well. We certainly found, back in the day at Netscape, where we spent a lot of time on performance with the directory because we really felt it was the center of a lot of stuff, and it was going to need to handle a tremendous amount of traffic if it was going to be consulted, not just for authentication, but every authorization decision, and not just for people, but devices and other things. And so, performance was really important. And I remember getting accosted at giving a speech on LDAP somewhere, and some guy in the audience accosted me about how he was trying to use one of our Netscape, I think it was a Netscape web server or something, with another vendor's directory system. And I'm actually not sure if it was Microsoft or Novell, but
yeah,
he was talking about, all of the, it wasn't performing well because we were doing so many queries against the directory.
Yeah.
And I think you can look at were we doing too many queries, or had they really not seen LDAP the way we did, which was it was the center of the universe, and so you got to perform well, you got to get done in
absolutely.
milliseconds.
Like in our world, we'll talk. Or I would like to know your opinions of our company now that we've basically taken this amazing technology, LDAP or Open LDAP, and have brought it to the cloud. But we are in a time and a place, and the way our company was thinking about things is obviously high performing global, and we have now the possibility to use all these modern cloud technologies, of course, that AWS and other open source companies give us to ensure that this stuff runs at internet speeds. So we're again, fast forward to this day and age.
Yeah.
This is how we like to often say we've modernized a lot of these very hardened foundational protocols, but brought them to sort of the day and the age and the availability that the internet needs and requires.